Good morning. It is Monday morning after a very fun weekend. I decided that I was going to send you guys a quick blog. I have my list and let's see. Basically, let's do some updates. Kitties are doing very well. They're eating on their own, they're eating their kitten hard food, and they're drinking water, they're using the litter box, and they're playing, which is the biggest thing. They've got their energy back, and things are kind of working out. So I'm very happy about that. I really think that had I not ground up food and injected it into their throat, that they would not have been doing as well. I might have had to take them to the vet or something. But constant communication with our Denver Dumb Friends League veterinarian was very helpful, just to make sure that what I was doing was right, and it worked out. So now they're eating, they can breathe, because they're congested, and they're taking their medicine every morning, and in I believe 5 more days they'll be all set. So that's great. As some of you may know, BJ Lutz and Dan Sweeney came to Denver for the weekend. Tony surprised me with their visit, and we had a really good time. We went to the mountains with Erica, a mutual friend here in Denver. We went up to the foothills and gave them a walkthrough of some of the touristy areas, and had a nice lunch up there. I believe BJ had an elk burger. Tony had buffalo. I stuck with beef just because I didn't know how it would react with my stomach, and we were kind of far away from home. And got a nice little visit, did some walking, took some pictures. I'm sure BJ and Dan will be posting those on Facebook soon. I didn't take as many pictures as I wanted to, but it was still worth it. Had a great time with Erica too. Thank you very much for driving. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, thank you to Kyra and Matt. They provided us tickets to the Denver, I don't know if it was the Denver or the Colorado, but it was basically Beerfest. And it was held at the convention center downtown, and all of the local microbreweries from Denver all the way through the United States came to show off their flavors and their tastes and their beers. Basically, you paid for the ticket, you got a little glass about this big, and you walked around to all these vendors, and if you saw something you liked, they would pour you a 1-ounce shot of beer, and you tasted it, you could critique it. They had business cards, all that. It was good. Let's see. So thank you to Kyra and Matt for getting those tickets for us. We took BJ and Dan to BJ's restaurant, which is a restaurant and microbrewery. That was one of the things that he said he had wanted to do, was to go to a restaurant with his namesake. So we did make sure that happened last night. Very good food, reasonably priced, gourmet style selection. So it was good. We introduced BJ and Dan to Jim and Cole, who are our very good friends here in Denver, and they got along swimmingly. We went out to a couple bars with them. We went to their house yesterday for a barbecue, which turned out just to be drinking because we did a late brunch at the Rialto Cafe at the 16th Street Mall. What else did we do? We walked the mall, gave them an opportunity to see what downtown Denver has to offer, what it's like. They both said they liked it. Obviously, BJ's first love is to Chicago, but even though we teased him about moving here, I think that visiting is all that's going to happen. But that's fine. I don't expect everyone to move here or anything like that. Yeah. So I guess the only other thing is with my health. The basic update is there is no update. Doctor came back and said my levels are still high for AST and ASL, but they can't find anything wrong yet. and they did all the blood work and the tests for, syphilis and hepatitis and things like that, and liver failure and all that kind of stuff, and none of those came back with anything positive or as a cause, so that's good. The thing that frustrated me was I had an ultrasound on Friday, or an appointment for an ultrasound, and my understanding of the schedule was that my doctor told me to get to the specialty office at 2:45 for a 3 o'clock appointment. Now, what was actually the case was my appointment was at 2:45. So I get there at about 2:50 because traffic is terrible in this wonderful city of ours. They're doing a whole bunch of construction on some of the major freeways and thoroughfares, so there was no way I was going to get there on time. And I did leave about a half hour early. So I got there at about 10 to 5 to whatever. Had never been there before. It's a complex of 5 or 6 buildings. Found the right building, got to the right floor, and it was 3 o'clock. So I thought, okay, well, I'm not here early, but at least I'm on time. Well, as it turns out, because my appointment was at 2:45, anybody who shows up 15 minutes or late, or 15 minutes or more late, their appointment gets canceled. So I spent 45 minutes in traffic. I spent $2 on parking. I wasted half a day of work, all to go to an appointment that they canceled on me because of a misunderstanding. And I asked and pleaded, what can I do? Is there another schedule? No, there isn't. There is only one person who can do an ultrasound, and the next available appointment is not until October 19th. So I get to sit here and wonder what's going on with my liver for the next month because of a 15-minute delay in traffic and scheduling. So that kind of frustrated me, hence the reason I had that mobile driving rant and rave in my last blog entry. So forgive me if that was harsh or anything. And I did want to clarify that I didn't want anybody to think that BJ or Dan were an inconvenience by being here, or that my cats were an inconvenience. It was just a feeling of, oh my god, I have 2 cats that aren't eating, I have friends that I want to entertain and want to spend time with, I have a job that I have to be back to, and now I have this looming concern about whether or not my liver is having a problem. So that was where that came from. And I apologize if it was interpreted any other way, but it certainly was not that I was disappointed or upset that my cats are the way they are or doing better, or that BJ and Dan were here, because this was one of the best weekends I've had in several months here. It was a great way to get away from any of the worries of the house and the stresses of anything and on-call stuff, and it was just great. It was good. So I'm going to close out right now by saying that I had a wonderful weekend, and anybody who wants to come visit, you guys are more than welcome. Let us know. We will see what we can do about getting you some flight coupons or discounts. It doesn't always happen, but we can try. And we certainly look forward to seeing you, and feel free to leave comments below or chat me up online or whatever. I'm rambling at this point, so I'm going to stop. Talk to you later, guys. Love ya.